Welcome back everyone to the next installment of Jade Cocoon. I'm in the Dragonfly forest where I fought the Birdman before. But what do you know, there's an item right here. A necklace of jewels. Dragonfly warp, there we go. Now I can warp directly to the boss. That also activated the save point, I suppose. I don't need that, but I'm quite happy about the Dragonfly warp. This will save me some time in getting here. But there's also the matter of, okay, yeah, just walking on it uses it. Well, now that I'm back here, why don't I go back to this area, go into my menu, and use. Well, use my ocarina. Hey, look, he's back.
Isn't friendship great?
Hee hee, I felt it. The proof of our friendship. Well, shall we begin? Great walnut, just what I wanted. Very good experience. And now my Terrafrate should be as big as my other creatures.
Impressive. You're as strong as ever.
Well then, perhaps I should thank you by telling you about myself.
The story brings tears to those who hear it, and even to those who tell it. I sure hope you brought some tissues. I was once an agent of Elrum. That is to say, I was a divine spirit, understand? Elrum entrusted us divine spirits with bringing life to the forest. We created man, other life, everything that lives. So what do you think? Pretty good, huh? Do you like me more now? I'll save the rest for next time. Well, see you later.
That was it. It's a really sad tale. Anyway, I used to be a divine beast. Bye! Okay, cool. I wonder if I'm allowed to immediately fight him again. I have no idea. This might actually work. I mean, I'm gonna have to retreat to heal my creatures, but I can do one more fight. Okay, he says the same thing to initiate. Alright, I just beat him a second time.
Well, let me tell you some more about my favorite subject, me!
You see, it was fun creating life and all.
But unfortunately, we got so bored with it, we totally ran out of ideas.
So we decided to create a thinking creature like us. It would be someone we could play with.
Great idea, huh? I know, I'm so smart.
But that guy Elrum grew angry with us.
Apocryphal, he said. You must promise, he said. He got so annoying, you know?
And then guess what? You want to know? Well, we'll leave it for next time. Alright, that's 2 stories. Bye! Alright, beat him a 3rd time, and I got a great walnut this time. Hooray!
Well, let me tell you some more about my... Elrum complained so much, but in the end, we created it.
The result was you, the beasts of knowledge.
In other words, we are your true parents. Later, however, it gets so bad. We shouldn't have made any promises, you know?
Huh? What promise? You want to know? Let's leave that for next time. Ugh, he leaves so quickly. Give me more information, buddy. Got another great walnut. Not bad, I'm 3 for 4 for those fights.
When we created you, we made a promise to Elrum.
We promised we wouldn't fall in love with the beast.
I thought it was so stupid. I mean, who could fall in love with a beast they made? But you know, girls can be so cute. I have good taste in women, you know.
I couldn't control myself, and wham, bam, what a fool I am.
The result is what you see right here. A mere shadow of my former self. Then again, this is fun too, you know? Come back again. Next time I'll have something for you.
That's the whole story. It's like, it's a sad story, bring some tissues. I got turned into this, but this is still cool, I guess. Oh, alright. Anyway, one more fight. And there's the 5th fight. So I got 4 great walnuts. That's fantastic.
Well, well, you're like a son to me now, aren't you? Can't blame you, the wandering birdman of freedom and adventure. I'm just too exciting for a country boy like you.
What? I didn't promise you anything. Hey, I'm joking.
Take this. It is a very special item. Use it as you please.
Special liquor. Hooray. Well, there you go. By the way, I looked up. Apparently, you cannot ever get that killing technique, whatever it was called. I think it's just a joke item. I think that people have been able to read what it says by using Game Sharks or things like that, but it pretty much just says it belongs to the Birdman, and like he doesn't know like what it means or its significance or whatever. So you're just never gonna get it. Oh well, that's that. I suppose at this point I could just leave the Dragonfly Forest. Alright, well now we're back all the way out. I suppose, I don't know if I actually need to do this to advance the game, but they've been pushing me real hard to talk to the Gravekeeper, so let's just do that. Hey, it's the Cocoon Master. Didn't expect to see you here. I just came here to escape the store of my mom for a bit. So that's where you've been. Did you come to hear some folktales? Or has the latest news been bothering you? I heard a little from Mabu. Seems she isn't getting along so well with your mom. I understand what that's all about. People's feelings can sometimes make things so difficult. Thanks. So what do you think about Mabu? You feel sorry for her? Yeah, right. The only one she should depend on is herself. Pretending to feel other than how you really do is just trouble. The fact that you mean well makes things even worse. Aren't relationships a pain? Jeez. Rumors are the same no matter where you go. Soon after being told, they take on a life of their own. I mean, Old Man Poto's folktales are pretty far-fetched, right? But that's why they're so good. Telling good stories is fine and all, but I don't like it when people spread lies about others. Don't worry, Mabu will be okay. She's tough. I mean, she's had to struggle every day of her life. So she depends on you, huh? Well, I wouldn't mind a girl feeling like that toward me. You know, it's so reassuring to have someone to talk to. Being a merchant's son, I've moved around so much. It's been so hard making friends. Maybe it's my personality. There's not much I can do about that. But, you know, I feel fine just the way I am. Okay. Now, you're not the actual Gravekeeper. Here we go.
Mabu, I'm afraid I haven't seen her lately. What is it? Marital problems, eh? She's always been strong-minded, more than any other child in Cyrus.
Eh? What do you want today? You want to hear this old man's stories? Forestman, Birdman, Alcana. Huh. Oh, what?
Once upon a time, this forest was a paradise for the divine spirits who served Elrum, god of the forest. The forest people are the incarnation of Mammon, the divine spirit of knowledge. When the divine spirits created man, it was Mammon who bestowed knowledge upon them. But man used his knowledge for the pursuit of ruin. In the end, Gehenna was destroyed because man aroused Elrum's wrath. Bestowing knowledge upon man troubled Mammon greatly. In order to prevent the mortals from causing further destruction, to this day he lives in the forest, protecting it from the foolish ways of man. If you act not in destructive ways, surely Mammon shall bestow upon you valuable knowledge. We are in good hands with you as our Cocoon Master.
Interesting. The wind is blowing again.
The wind is blowing again. It's almost as if the forest weeps.
I'm afraid something terrible will happen. Oh, good.
Mabu? She was a really strong-willed child. She hasn't changed, has she? No matter how frightening my stories were, she would just clench her teeth and never shed a tear.
Her face, it was so cute. I'll never forget it. Let's go for the Birdman.
Once upon a time in a faraway village, there lived a woodcutter who always boasted of his strength. It is said that the woodcutter wanted to test his own strength by felling the tallest tree in the forest. He hastily ventured deep into the forest in search. Meanwhile, the forest told the great tree of the woodcutter. The great tree sighed deeply, lamenting his foolishness, and he continued to sigh. And before long, the breath of the great tree became a thick and heavy fog which shrouded the forest. The woodcutter soon lost his way. He grew so tired wandering about that he soon took a short rest. Just then, sweet-smelling fluffs began to float down from above. All who would smell their sweet scent would fall fast asleep. The woodcutter couldn't help but to fall in a deep slumber, and there he lay, snoring great snores in the middle of the forest. For 3 days he slept. On the morning of the 4th day, a birdman flew down to where he lay. He spoke to him. "I'm the strongest, you always say. One fight with me, if you may." But the woodcutter remained fast asleep. "You can try to sleep if you must, but I shall wake you with my dust." As he spoke those words, the birdman sprinkled a glistening white powder upon the woodcutter. With that, the woodcutter sneezed a great sneeze and jumped to his feet. The surprised woodcutter shouted, "Who on earth are you? I warn you, I am incredibly strong, and I will battle right now." The birdman replied, "You can't defeat me, but if you do, we can be friends, and I'll share my powder with you."
This is just straight up the boss fight.
And turns old to new. I got it from the forest people called the Yamu. The woodcutter tried to grab the birdman, but the woodcutter had been asleep for 3 days. He was too hungry to hold on. With one flap of his mighty wings, the birdman blew the woodcutter all the way back to the village. The woodcutter told the villagers all about the strange birdman, but not a soul believed him. From that day on, the woodcutter never again boasted of his strength.
Well, that's just straight up beat the boss of Dragonfly Forest and get the powder for the plot. That's pretty great. Alright, we'll do the last story, and then I'll go ahead and move to the next dungeon.
Even the Nagi are the children of man, although although Mabu can purify demon spirits, she cannot soothe her own heart. Only you can do that.
Interesting point. Legend of Alcana.
This is a tale of the kingdom of Gehenna Pali that stretched across these lands long ago. Once upon a time, Prince Menek, son of King Karis, set out with his vassals to hunt in the forest. But in the forest they were enveloped by a thick fog, and the prince lost his way. Wandering aimlessly about, he happened upon a marsh from which grew an enormous tree. Thereupon he heard the sound of sobbing, but he knew not from where. He found a maiden sitting all alone. She was weeping by the marsh. "I am Alcana. I just buried my mother here in the marsh of Uban," she said. And then she looked up at the prince. He was overwhelmed by her beautiful eyes. The maiden stole his heart that day. It was truly a fateful meeting. Thereafter, the prince made frequent trips into the forest. Undoubtedly, he was paying visits to the maiden. The maiden had a strange power. She could talk to the insects and trees. Before long, there began a terrible rumor that the prince's heart had been stolen by a witch. One day the maiden spun silk from fairy cocoons and wove it into a beautiful cloth for the king. But the brilliance of that cloth cast a shadow upon the kingdom. The king was so enthralled by the fairy silk that he sent his soldiers into the forest, where they ravaged for fairy cocoons. The fairies, still in their cocoons, were boiled alive. The king killed them so he could have their silk. The prince pleaded with his father to stop his cruelty, but the king was no longer the man he had once been. Prince Menek was charged with treason and imprisoned in the king's deepest dungeon. He was never heard from again. When the maiden learned of the prince's death, she cursed her fate and lamented the foolishness of man. She then cast herself away into the marsh where her mother lay. As she started to drown, a voice from nowhere whispered to her, "I am Elrum. I shall grant you your wish. Tell me what you want," said the voice. The maiden told Elrum all that weighed upon her heart. The maiden said, "Greed bears destructive knowledge. Its wicked power shall be the end of the forest. All hope is lost. The beasts of knowledge shall never live in peace with the forest. The one light of hope, who I so loved, has perished at the hands of the beasts. I now go to where my love Menek awaits." Thereupon Elrum spoke again. "So you claim that your true love was torn asunder by the greed and hatred of the beasts of knowledge? When light is swallowed up by darkness, I shall unleash ruin upon the land, returning all to the nothingness from whence it came. I have a firm grip upon the darkness in your heart. From that day forward, demons appeared in the forest, terrifying all they came upon, and the kingdom of Gehenna Pali fell to ruin by the swarms of Onibubu, locusts of apocalypse. The demons that haunt the forest now are the beasts, spawned by the greed in man's heart."
Damn, that is some story. Well, see ya. Oof. With that knowledge with us, let's go ahead and enter the forest that's full of demons. The good news, though, is that with a new dungeon come new creatures, which I am going to very much want. So, barrier gate. We're already on 3 of 4, it seems. Spider key. We're in it to win it. Nice music already. Hello. You look like alternate Arbitron. Rug Doggle. I think I actually want one of these. What level? Level 7 though, that's actually scary. I thought all my guys being level 8 were going to be more than enough, because the other forest had level 4 enemies. But we just opened with level 7. I'm going to do a special attack. Oh, very nice. Alright. Oh yeah, I don't know if I healed my creatures. I don't think I did. Stupid on my part, but I can easily do that if I need to. Now let's switch to me. I'll take a swing at this guy. Hopefully not get smacked. I probably will, though. It's alright. Oh, whoa! I hit way harder than I was expecting. Way harder, but I can certainly capture this guy. I'm actually going to want this guy for merging purposes. I'm quite pleased with this. There's no way I'm going to fail to capture him when he's at 1 HP and I'm at capture level 9. Very good, very good. Item by any chance? Fine liquor. Huh. That's quite a lot of experience for the capture level. Because I was getting, like, none of that for, the Dragonfly forest. Like, there comes a point where it's just not worth much anymore. There's a save point immediately, and there's a teleporter. Creatures. Music radically changed. Is this a cutscene? Huh. What? Okay. Oh, me want Kickleberry. I found one of those a while ago. Let's do it. I repeat. Ask about the herb? Not helping. Ask about Yamu. Gimme, gimme, yummy, 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 yummy. Huh. That's as good as I'm gonna get. Goodbye.
No, yummy, yummy. No more, no more. Too bad, too bad.
Maybe I could do something about this later. I don't know. But I will take this. A tablet with teeth, half covered with dirt. Knowledge 5. While turning to stone, your body gets harder with each turn, eventually leading to death. Accuracy and avoidance will decrease while body hardens. Brutal. You don't want that to happen to you. Anyway, goodbye. This was kind of cool to do. Yeah, that's not even a split. Alright, see ya. Oh, hello. Okay, this time I think I could just kill it. I should also consider capturing this guy just for cash. Capturing those turtle enemies in the previous dungeon gave me a degree, like a level of silk. Remember how that one silk I sold was the 7th most valuable, which is the worst? The turtle things got me the 6th most valuable. But anyway, fine liquor, and Mardrag even leveled up, because these enemies are actually scary around here. I need a key for this, right? Yeah. Alright. I don't have to come back. Music's pretty excellent, and for a place called Spider Forest, not very scary, which is good. I'll take it. I am pleased with this turn of events. Oh. Are you a different color? Or is that just the light? Radgor. I want this. You changed on me, buddy. Maybe I was confused about the rules of when enemies change after all. This thing looks vicious. Anyway, I ought to be able to hit this thing once. Oh my god. Terrafrayed, you're awesome. Cool attack. My turn. This is great. All sorts of cool creatures. Actually, now that I think about it, I might want to leave after this. Well, no, there's one more creature I'm looking for. There's one more. But if I get what I want, we might be able to see some cool events. I'm excited already. Please tell me 20 HP is good enough for this guy. Yeah! Oh, I'm going to score points for capturing for this for sure. And so far the only enemy type I've even seen is the dragon, so that's both dragon types. I got the regular and the alternate, whichever is which. Now I can move on. But man, my creatures have some potential now. There's another Radgor, but what the hell is that? Whoa, okay. If I can attract one of them... Good. What the hell are you? Rad Mole. Gigantic. Also not what I'm looking for. So I could just take it out. And again, I could also capture it for money. And just for the sake of leveling up my capture ability. I don't need money right now. Although now that I've entered the forest, who knows? Maybe the blacksmith's gonna sell something new after all. I don't know. Remember, despite being level 7, he is the wrong element to be messing with me. A mere water type is no match for a Terrafrayed, although he petrified me. I am just realizing. Accuracy is down. Let's go ahead and switch to anything else. Oh. I didn't want to switch to myself, like my actual character. But whatever, I'll capture for money, I don't care. I guess the moment of truth is going to be to see if my creature stays in its near petrified state. Well, whatever, I caught him. Good for me. It'll be good for my level, I suppose. Level 10. I don't get a rank for that, I guess. Oh no, he actually does come after me. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Give me those stats. Alright, anyway. Hello? Here leans a spear tipped with a polished bone. It looks almost like a minion fang. White horn. I'm assuming my expensive weapon is better, but let's take a look. The attack is considerably better, but man to man does it kill my speed and magic attack. Light and easy to wield spear tipped with a polished and sharpened bone. It's badass. I don't really need to equip it right now, but that's super cool. I'll take it. Whoops. One day I'll learn not to press circle to run. I'm too used to playing Souls games. Oh, hello. What are you? Or is this just the rad mole again? Yeah, alright. Bitter mugwort. Okay, whatever. Very good XP. And there's another dude. Although I feel that I'm missing something. Maybe I'll have to come back to it later. I don't even know. And this is just more of the same as far as creatures are concerned. I'm not interested in fighting that. Oh god, where am I going? I could always back out if need be. I can use my hunter's earring anytime I like. Oh, I've come full circle anyway. I feel a little more confident now. Oh. Changing the music up again, huh? Looks like we're at some sort of checkpoint.